host of the Gridiron.
All right, baby, welcome to the Gridiron. If you can give this video a thumbs up and maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking awesome. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. It's totally free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel out, in the description box below, a very top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. And then finally, just below that, there's a link. It takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,500 members in the group. It's doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I got internet access, I am putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. All right. Well, I mean, it is absolutely amazing. You know, it just, you know, these, and I know, once again, I understand. Yeah. It's football. I get it and all that stuff. But it's really amazing. Like, just how some teams are just so, like, you know, jinxed, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's just, you know, every week it's just you lose just like more guys. Like, we're going to play a football game. We're going to probably lose half our roster this week. Then we're going to play in the following week. We're going to lose, and we're going to lose another half of our roster. And it is absolutely amazing how just some teams, you know, just get decimated by injuries week in and week out. It is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable how we can't go a week. Sorry, buddy. Can't go a week without, you know, losing, putting guys on IR. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And then there's other teams out there who just don't seem to have anybody even get a jock itch. Nothing. Oh no, all 53 guys. Right, we're good. I think we're healthier after the game than we went in. Yeah. Some guys a little sluggish, a little tired. They came out, man. They're rejuvenated. Everybody's in great shape. Oh yeah, no, nobody's injured. Nothing. No, we're good. Oh yeah. It's absolutely amazing. Just like, it just, as I said, I mean, you know, is there, well, I mean, I think other than like when Isaiah Simmons jumped over the line and blocked it in Seattle, Bryce Ford Wheaton picked the ball up and ran it back for a touchdown or whatever, kind of to save the game. It would have gone to overtime. The Giants certainly might have won it. But I mean, was that like the only good thing that went to the Giants? Yeah, I mean, it's like, it is unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Well, there's a little story I'm going to go about, which is kind of funny. I'll bring it up in a little bit, but these injuries are just, you know, roster moves and injuries and all, and like the offensive line seem to maybe possibly take another hit here. So we got potential bad news for the offensive line. It's not looking real good here for Mr. Runyan here, unfortunately. It says the injuries continue to pile up for the New York Giants. Here is the latest. Oh yeah, New York Giants offensive guard John Runyan speaks at a press conference. He was talking because he's one of the guys, right, that we're talking about here. If you thought the New York Giants 2024 season couldn't get any worse, think again. This is from SI.com. Giants starting left guard John Runyan Jr., who suffered an ankle injury in the team's 14-7 loss to the Saints on Sunday, is week to week. So you know how it is with Daboll. I mean, everything with Daboll, I mean, if it's not too bad, and there's a possibility, obviously, right, that he can come back and maybe play against the Ravens this week. It's a possibility. It's day to day. Week to week, I mean, yeah, you can, pretty much, bye-bye. See, I mean, we got 4 games left, right? So, I don't know. I mean, it's quite possibly his season's over. Giants starting left guard, Runyan, right? Is week to week, maybe more than week to week. So you could probably pretty much almost kiss it. You know, if he says more than, well, you got 4 weeks left, and it's possibly more than week. I mean, you can almost, he's probably going on IR. His season's done too. So now we lost both our starting tackles, right, and our guard. Let's see, you know, any other team go out there, right, right, lose the two. What's up, buddy? Creative Solutions. That's it. Keep tanking, baby. Keep on tanking. I said, I'd love to see any other team go out there, lose both their tackles, both their guard, their starting quarterback. You know, it is, you know, not have their starting quarterback in there and just, you know, they're actually and their starting tight end, right? Yeah, and just, you know, and try to go win a Super Bowl. You can't. It's just amazing how some teams are allowed to. They're lucky enough, right? And other teams, you know, the Giants that don't even have a chance. Don't even have a chance, right? I'm saying when the going gets tough. It's tough. It's tough. You know, I mean, it's the one thing. It's a shame because going into the season, every team has Super Bowl aspirations, but you don't know if you're allowed to. You know, you get down. You know, you pray to the Super Bowl gods. Dear Super Bowl, are we allowed to win the Super Bowl? Are we allowed to? Not are we going to? Do we have the drive? Do we have the team? Are we allowed to? Are we going to be lucky enough to keep half of our roster without putting, 52 out of the 53 players on injured reserve? Are we allowed to? You know, you got to get down, sweet dear baby Jesus, right? And I said, meanwhile, there's other teams out there. Guys go in, all 53 run into the game. They all run off the field at the end of the game. Well, we're in great shape. Oh, yeah, nobody's in. It's simply amazing. I mean, I can't even speak sometimes. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the Giants don't even, I'm saying basically the Giants had the best roster in the league, and they still don't even have a chance. Because nothing will cut your, season shorter, quicker, more deadlier. It's like a spitting cobra, right? Than injuries, right? I mean, that's what happened to Patrick Mahomes. That's why, what he had, 37 Super Bowl wins by now. I mean, it was the one time against the Bengals, not the Bengals, the Bucks. It started with a B. When he lost to the Buccaneers in that one, so he was running for his life. He couldn't even score a touchdown. Imagine that. Patrick Mahomes not even being able to score a touchdown in that one Super Bowl. Watch, because I think it was just 2 tackles, maybe somebody else, whatever. He was just running for his life the whole time. Even the Patrick Mahomes couldn't win a Super Bowl. Oh, imagine that, right? When the injuries are that bad, even Patrick Mahomes can't win a Super Bowl. So, the Giants, they don't have a chance. Didn't have a chance. As I said, I'd love to see Patrick Mahomes be the Giants quarterback. Loses starting tight end, Travis Kelce. Right? Good luck then win a Super Bowl, right? Loses 2 starting tackles, right? Loses out his guard, right? And go win a Super Bowl. Go get him, Tiger. You're not gonna. You're not gonna, unless your defense can hold the other team down to like 3 points and you win 4-3 or something, like it's a baseball score or something. Mahomes ain't gonna. Nobody can do that. So, it's a shame, but then again, we weren't going to the Super Bowl anyway. And in the long run, right, this is probably what's best for the Giants. So, knock on wood. This is, we weren't going to the Super Bowl this year anyway. What we got? Was a Tampa scheme. Their defense Hill was nullified as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was more than that, but he was just running for his life. 3 freaking point. I'm sorry, 3 freaking field goals. I said 3 points. I think it was 3 field goals. That couldn't even score. Couldn't even score a touchdown. Whew. Be better receivers. Oh, Mahomes, yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm saying, I mean, I think Kelsey was there, right? I mean, he had Hill, right? And I still, right? You go. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the Giants wind up doing because quite possibly, I mean, you never know. The Giants win one game or whatever with their strength of schedule or something like that, whatever, boom. You know, I mean, they might wind up being pick number 4 or 5 or so, you don't know. But it'd be interesting to see if we're in the top 2 or 3. Do we wind up going for one of those quarterbacks, or do we want to take in that was it Hunter, the wide receiver / cornerback / he seems like he's Mr. Everything, right? So it'd be interesting to see what the Giants do. I mean, I'm saying, could you imagine, right? I mean, because a lot of it's going to depend upon what, obviously, if Shane and Daboll are here, what do they think about the quarterbacks situation, right? Do the Giants, I said, man, if they took another wide receiver, imagine having 2 number 1 wide receivers. Right? You got to get a bridge quarterback. There's quarterbacks we can get a bridge quarterback, but somewhere along the line they're going to need, to get somebody to carry the torch, somebody to lead us into the next 10, 15 years. How good are the draft prospects for the Giants? We should be picked number 1, first team eliminated. That would be, I mean, if you think about that, we were the first team eliminated, right? We need better, wait, hold on. How good are the draft prospects for the Giants? What do you mean the draft? I mean, the guys that we just drafted? Or the, the big part, you mean this, the draft class that we just had this year? Is that what you mean? Draft prospects? Or the upcoming draft? Well, it depends. I mean, see, a lot of it all depends upon, obviously Shane and Daboll going to be here, right? And then if they are, it's, it's just kind of like, it doesn't matter what we think or anything like that. Oh, they should take Ward. They should take Sanders. They should take Milrow or, these quarterbacks. It depends upon what they think, right? And because basically they're putting all the chips in the middle of the table. Their job is on the line with one if they draft a quarterback, right? If they don't think one of these quarterbacks is good or worth the number 1 pick or number 2 pick, whatever it is, then maybe they go after the receiver from Colorado. Or it depends upon, obviously, where the Giants want to draft him. I mean, maybe if you got Malik Neighbors and you have 2 number 1 wide receivers and you get both those wide receivers on their rookie deals, because that would be really good because then you can control their contracts for 5 years, right? Of course, you still got to find yourself a quarterback. But this is a real good defensive line class, from what I understand. The Giants could use a good defensive lineman. It's not real good with quarterbacks. I believe there's obviously some very good corner backs coming out in this draft here as well, too. Giants can certainly get another running back. Obviously one of the later rounds if they want to maybe get rid of oops, I fumbled again, Eric Gray. So I mean this is a good it's a good class for some positions of especially of need. I think maybe for the Giants, like a cornerback and a defensive lineman. It's not great for quarterbacks. I mean, unless you draft one of the guys in the 2nd or 3rd round or something like that, and you think maybe you can develop them. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, what are we at here? So, unfortunately, Runyan season might be over, unfortunately. That's not good for an offensive line that has already lost left tackle Andrew Thomas for the season, which has not had starting tackle Jermaine Eluemunor with a quad or Christopher Hubbard with his knee in the lineup. Runyan's injury isn't the only fresh one suffered by the unit. Center John Michael Schmitz is sore, per Daboll, who added that the second-year center has had an MRI done on his neck, which he injured in the loss to the Saints. Schmitz was replaced in the lineup by right guard Greg Van Roten, who was replaced by Jake Kubas at right guard. Runyan was replaced by Aaron Stinnie. In the other Giants injury news, safety Tyler Nubin, the team's leader in tackles with 98 tackles, has an ankle injury that he suffered in the game. Nubin, who was added to the Giants injury report late last week with a knee ailment, underwent an MRI on Monday, the results of which weren't available when Daboll spoke to the media. We're getting more. Okay. Daboll also said the quarterback Drew Lock, who had x-rays done after the game, is sore as well and was awaiting results of an MRI. Lock is believed to have injured his foot during the loss. But if he's healthy enough, Daboll, we're going to go over this here. Lock will remain the starter. But there's quite a few roster moves we got here. This is from SI.com. The injuries keep piling up, and forcing the team to shuffle their roster. Giants made several moves on the 53-man roster and practice squad thanks to injuries. Second-year quarterback Tre Hawkins III, who came up with the Giants' first interception on Sunday since week 1, and their first interception by somebody in the secondary all year long. Took them 13 weeks to get an interception by somebody in the secondary. Tre Hawkins was placed on season-ending injury reserve with a back injury. Hawkins appeared in 3 games this season with 1 start, which was this past Sunday, obviously. He ends the season with 10 tackles and becomes the 11th Giants player to land on injured reserve. 11 players. To replace Hawkins on the 53-man roster, the Giants signed cornerback Greg Stroman off their practice squad. Stroman, who joined the Giants practice squad on October 1st, has been elevated from the practice squad a maximum of 3 times, primarily to provide help on special teams and depth at cornerback, where he has 4 solo tackles. The Giants also filled 4 practice squad openings by signing quarterback Tim Boyle. There you go. Right? Defensive back Ross Blacklock and cornerbacks Boy Doe and Aziz Hearn. Boyle was cut by the Giants last week to make room for Casey Rogers and Elijah Garcia, both of whom were added to provide depth by the injury-depleted defensive line, and for cornerback return specialist D. Williams, who was awarded off waivers by Seattle. We got Blaylock at 6'5", 306 pounds, was originally a second-round draft pick by the Texans out of TCU in 2020. He spent 2 seasons with the Texans and then moved to the Vikings in 2022. In 2023, he split his time between the Jaguars, the Colts, and the Titans. Blacklock has appeared in 44 career games with 3 starts. He has 49 career tackles, 27 solo, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and 9 quarterback hits. Boy Doe is 6 foot tall, 177 pounds, played his college ball at K-State. He signed with the Kansas City Chiefs as an undrafted free agent in 2023, for whom he appeared in 6 games with no starts, contributing mostly on special teams. Hearn is 6'2", 204 pounds, signed as an undrafted free agent out of UCLA with the Raiders in 2023. He is yet to play in an NFL regular season game. The Giants' final move on Tuesday was to designate interior offensive lineman Jimmy Morrissey as injured on the practice squad. The team did not disclose Morrissey's injury. The following Giants remain on the injury reserve. So we got DJ Davidson with a shoulder. He's eligible to come back the final week of the season, so we'll have to wait and see. Dexter Lawrence, obviously his elbow, he's out for the season. Theo Johnson, with his foot, he's out for the season. Armon Watts, the defensive lineman, shoulder, he's eligible to return week 17. Azeez Ojulari, his toe, he's eligible to return week 17. Andrew Thomas, his foot, he's out for the season. Gunnar Olszewski with a groin, he was eligible to return week 6. Deontay Johnson, linebacker, with his ankle, designated to return December 4th. So, Austin Schlottman, his leg, he's eligible to return. Well, it looked like it was like week 5. But Elijah Riley, defensive back, undisclosed, he's out for the season. And Tre Hawkins with his back, he's out for the season. So once again, I mean, the Giants just annihilated 13 weeks for 1 interception. Oh, yeah, we need solid prospects. The question asked was on character skill level. They're the candidates that have good answer, that have a good head on their shoulders. Yeah, well, I mean, that's, you can look at like Shane's like 2022, and instead of I'd pulling them up and go over name by name, but the 2022 class is kind of, and the 2023. But this one here, I mean, with obviously Malik Neighbors, obviously seems like a hit. Phillips and Newbin, right? Theo Johnson and Tracy. See, even Mursal was in there. He had 8 tackles against the Saints. For a 6th round pick, later round pick, somebody especially good. He was a tackle machine kind of UCLA. But, maybe used more for special teams with the Giants, unless he's got to fill in a linebacker, right? But, this year's draft class really seems to be really good. Phillips, getting that guy in the 3rd round, great pick. Newbin leads the team in tackles from safety. I'm not saying he's totally replaced Xavier McKinney, but, McKinney cost $17 million. Newbin cost about $1 million, right? I said Theo Johnson looked like he was really coming on. I know this last 5-6 games or so he caught a decent amount of ball. He only had 3 catches, I think, after the first 4 games, and he wound up with 29 on the season. He was on pace if he stayed healthy for at least 40, 45 receptions. And as I said, that's after catching only 3 balls in the first 4 games. So if he comes back next season, if Daboll and Shane are here, if he's in the same system and all that, I don't see why he couldn't catch 40 to 50 balls for us. I said Tracy really seems like a very good running back, a 5th rounder. We can certainly pick up another running back, that's for sure. But the guys that we have this year, the guys that we picked this year really seem to be pretty good. But Shane, he's got a, that would be a real help to the Giants if they can, get a nice influx of some real good young talent next year. Because quite possibly, obviously, we're supposed to have a 1st round, a 2nd round, a 3rd round, but we might have maybe 2 4th round picks. So if Shane, if they can come up, get another 3, 4, 5 guys, who look, we got Newbin starter, Phillips starter, Malik Neighbors starter, Theo Johnson starter, and now we got Tyrone Tracy in there as a starter too, right? So he got 5 starters, So if he can get another 3, 4, 5 starters or whatever next season, that'd be fantastic. That would really help out. Plus, we got some money to spend. So that would be a huge plus for the Giants, in going into free agency. So